And let's begin with breaking news that's coming in of Piyush Goyal, who is currently the Tamil Nadu election in charge for the BJP, making his first visit to Chennai after being given that important position. Now, Piyush Goyal has met with the Edappadi Palaniswami. Those are the pictures on your screens from the meeting earlier today. Soon after which, there was also a brief media interaction in which the Union Minister expressed confidence that the NDA will come together to remove Stalin from power in 2026. Now, Piyush Goyal has also confirmed that there were seat-sharing talks that took place and very clearly the message that it is going to be the face of this election will be Modi and EPS for the NDA.
I am indeed delighted to be in Chennai and meet my dear friend and brother Edappadi Palaniswami ji. We had very good meetings. We had very good discussions about strengthening our political work together, about fighting the 2026 assembly elections.
2026 சட்டமன்ற பொதுத் தேர்தலில் அதிமுக, பாரதிய ஜனதா மற்றும் என்டிஏ கூட்டணியில் அங்கமைக்கின்ற கட்சிகள் ஒருங்கிணைந்து எப்படியெல்லாம் செயல்பட வேண்டும் என்ற கருத்தை பரிமாறிக்கொண்டோம். அடுத்த ஆண்டு நடைபெறுகின்ற தமிழகத்தில் நடைபெறுகின்ற சட்டமன்ற பொதுத் தேர்தலில் அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம், பாரதிய ஜனதா மற்றும் தேசிய ஜனநாயக கூட்டணியில் அங்கமைக்கின்ற கட்சிகள் ஒருங்கிணைந்து மக்கள் விரோத திமுக ஆட்சி அகற்றப்பட வேண்டும். அதற்கான திட்டங்களை நாங்கள் இப்பொழுது ஆரம்ப கட்ட பேச்சுவார்த்தை நடத்துகின்றோம்.
We bring in Anaga Keshav, who's joining us live from Chennai with more details on this. Anaga, obviously the fine print of the NDA alliance between the BJP and AIADMK, I'm sure was discussed in that meeting. But this is importantly the first visit by Piyush Goyal after he was declared as the election in charge for Tamil Nadu by the BJP. Take us through what your sources are telling you on the big takeaways of this meeting.
Well, in fact, today a key meeting was held between Piyush Goyal and Edappadi Palaniswami. We could see those visuals over there where a day-long talks were held between the two leaders, Piyush Goyal and Edappadi Palaniswami. We're also being told that the two parties discussed at length about the kind of constituencies that they would want to travel. And one more important discussion that was on the table was Vijay. So certainly a strategy has been chalked out as to how to really take on Vijay. But on one hand, we have NDA leaders openly talking about giving an invitation to Vijay to join NDA. They are saying that Vijay can't do it alone in 2026 in 2026 elections. But Vijay is very clear about not really joining NDA. So all these discussions were held in today's meeting as to how to really tackle Vijay, how to take down and dethrone DMK. So this was the main point of discussion in Piyush Goyal's meeting with Edappadi Palaniswami.
All right, Anaga, thanks very much for joining us with those updates. And speaking of Vijay, the TVK, the Tamizhaga Vetri Kazhagam, has claimed that according to its internal assessment, the party will get this, cross 30% in vote share in the upcoming 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. Now, the TVK, speaking to India Today, has confirmed that in their survey, which has in fact about 40,000 people as the number of people who've been surveyed essentially, they claim that amid that it's very clear that TVK has a maximum support from the people of Tamil Nadu. But here's also what's interesting. In that particular survey, they've said that the DMK's vote percentage is also going to show that it's a direct fight between the DMK and TVK. This is what Vijay's party maintains will be ultimately the result in this election.
மக்கள் அனைவருக்கும் தெரியும், இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுல மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு அரசியல் செல்வாக்கு உள்ள, மக்கள் செல்வாக்கு உள்ள ஒரே கட்சி எங்களுடைய கட்சி. எங்களுக்கு ஆல்ரெடி 30% மேல இருக்குன்னு சொல்லி பல சர்வே ரிப்போர்ட்டுகள் வந்திருக்கு. இன்னைக்கு திமுக தனியா அவங்களுடைய தனிப்பட்ட முறையில் அவருடைய வாக்கு சதவீதம் எடுத்தால் கண்டிப்பா 20-21% தாண்டார் திமுக வெற்றி. அதே அதிமுக உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், கடந்த தேர்தலில் அவங்களுடைய மேக்சிமம், அதாவது அம்மா இல்லாமல் ஒரு தோல்விக்கு அப்புறம் அவங்களுடைய மேக்சிமமே 19.5% தான். அது நீங்க எங்களுக்கு தான் இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுல ஒரு தனிப்பெரும் கட்சியாக அதிகமாக மக்கள் செல்வாக்கும் அதிகமாக மக்களின் அன்பும் பெற்ற ஒரே கட்சி எங்களுடைய கட்சி தான். யாரையும் முதல்வராக எங்களுடைய தலைவர் கட்சியை ஆரம்பிக்கவில்லை. யாரையும் முதல்வராக எங்களுடைய தலைவர் கட்சியை ஆரம்பிக்கவில்லை. எங்களுடைய தலைவரை முதல்வராக மட்டும்தான் மக்கள் ஆதரவு கொடுக்கிறாங்க.
So here's what the internal survey of the TVK looks like. It had a sample size of over 41,000. This survey placed the DMK as the favorite party. So the TVK, in a sense, right now confessing that yes, they're at number 2. According to them, DMK is still number 1 with a 32.9% vote share, followed by the TVK at 31.7%. That's nearly 32%. So they're saying that they will easily cross the 30% mark. Then the AIADMK at 27.3%. The remaining 8.1% of respondents opted for other parties. Again, I'll highlight that this is the TVK's internal survey. So what does that look like? According to the TVK in seats, their seat projection summary from the internal survey shows again the DMK on top, but barely. 104 seats. The TVK at 74 seats, and then the AIADMK with 56 seats. There are several districts that have been identified by Vijay's party as their strongholds. According to them, Chennai, which is usually a DMK stronghold, will go their way. They also are saying places like Chengalpat, Dharmapuri, Madurai, Pudukkottai, Ranipet, and then you have some other south districts as well. Thoothukudi, Tenkasi, they believe will all go their way. Tirupur as well. So those are some of the list of districts that we've put out for you. Let me open this up. Is this actually possible, or is this delusional on the part of the TVK to talk about a 30% plus vote share? Joining us on this broadcast, we've got my colleague Prabodh Madhav, who accessed that internal survey. We've also got with us Dr. Sumansi Raman and Dr. Sandeep Shastri, political analysts, with us on this broadcast. Pramod, to you first, what do you think of this survey?
Well, Akshita, one thing I can clearly say is that this also is considered as a mood of the nation, where they have conducted the survey based on age, religion and gender, and 41,000 plus voters have been brought over here. And this particular survey, just like you mentioned, and just like Nirmal Kumar, the leader of the party, claims that more than 30% of vote percentage TVK has. However, their own internal survey actually also says that DMK stands at a voting percentage of 32.9%, which is almost 2% more than what TVK is currently. And this seems to be the strength for Tamizhaga Vetri Kazhagam, and this is what Vijay is reiterating, claiming that the actual contest is only between DMK and TVK. So he's actually clearly setting up a narrative. I will still say AIADMK is a sleeping giant. Unless AIADMK has the twin leaf symbol, unless the symbol is alive, that means MGR's image is still alive in the people's heart, and that
okay, so underestimating AIADMK, but Pramod, 30% plus vote share currently. You know, this internal survey is right now. There's a lot of talk about what will happen in the upcoming months, but right now, as things stand, you're on ground. 30% plus vote share for Vijay's party. Is that even possible?
Well, to be honest, he is able to bring the crowd, but that crowd is just to see Vijay, cheer Vijay. But when it comes to voting, there are a lot of factors when it comes to Tamil Nadu. I will have to say caste plays a very important role, demography plays a very important role, that area plays a very important role. Certainly, Vijay is very famous when it comes to urban areas. What about the rural areas? That is something you need to see. So all these factors will have to play a very important role, and only then this survey will reflect on the ground, Akshita.
Okay, I'll bring in also Sumansi Raman and Dr. Sandeep Shastri on this broadcast. Dr. Sumansi Raman, what do you make of these numbers of the internal survey by the TVK? I'm not surprised, of course, that they're showing themselves doing far better than many would say at this stage, because this is, at the end of the day, look, their internal survey. But DMK number 1, TVK number 2, AIADMK number 3. Do you think that this makes sense?
No, I don't think it is very realistic, for the simple reason that I don't think the TVK has the momentum to win. They will certainly get a sizable vote share, Akshita. Make no mistake about that. They are going to get 20% or even 23, 24% of vote share. It is possible. Does that mean that they will win the number of seats? I don't think so. Second, you're doing an internal survey when even the alliances have not been, have not coalesced.
Correct.
So who is AIADMK here? Is it just AIADMK plus BJP? What if PMK joins them? Then that takes them to 32%. PMK is around 4.5% vote share. So if you are doing a survey, the idea is to find your own strength is fine. And I don't know how on earth they've even extrapolated this into seats, which is the most ridiculous thing. With 30%, it's extremely difficult to win a significant number of seats in Tamil Nadu.
They put
Even
74,
assuming
yeah.
that no, one more thing, Akshita. People generally have a pattern of voting. There is something called the bandwagon effect. If there is a feeling that, let's say, the AIADMK BJP combined is better positioned to defeat the DMK, some of the undecided voters who may have gone for Vijay may go for them, and vice versa. If Vijay is seen as the winning horse, more voters may dump the AIDMK BJP combine and come over to Vijay. So this whole argument that three groups will get 30%, I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's never happened before in Tamil Nadu
Yeah.
to see three groups each getting equivalent percentage of votes, not as far as I can remember. The point again is that these are surveys meant to boost the morale of the cadre.
No, I agree,
That's the
which is
purpose
why
for
we're
these polls.
constantly adding that caveat that this is an internal survey. But Pramod, since you've gone through the fine print of that survey, how does the TVK arrive at that number of 74 seats? It's a big number. And the biggest concern, which I remember you raised when you were here in Delhi too, is about how they would be able to translate their vote share into seat share, because that would mean that they have strongholds, which they don't have right now, though they've identified some.
Well, that is one particular reason why Vijay is like very much carefully doing his campaigns, and he's not taking any time of break when it comes to doing his campaigns week after week, because he knows that as long as he steps in the ground and keeps showing his face, there are high chances that he can actually convert his fan base into votes. And this is where, like, after every kind of campaign does, it looks like they are consecutively doing this survey just to analyze what is exactly happened over there. We still have a big question mark as to how it's going to translate, because we do agree with Suman Raman, because on one side, alliance plays a very important role on the ground. How BJP-AIADMK is going to do so or such. But what's happening currently is that on one side, Vijay indirectly at least is projecting himself as MGR. And now Vijay has started also claiming that he is not bothered about those who are not on the field. He did not mention whether if it is AIADMK or BJP, but he definitely is negating a very big player, that by only projecting that it's going to be DMK and TVK. That seems to be his only narrative, and that is what he wants to feed his fans or cadres and push them further, Akshita.
No, but also, Pramod, you look at the breakdown right now, the TVK seems to be conceding that yes, we have some ground to cover because the DMK is still number one, whether it's vote share or seat share. They seem to be expressing confidence that we've already gone past the AIADMK. This is easier said than done. To some extent, there will be questions about whether they are also underestimating the AIADMK here. You look at those numbers that they've given, about 27.3% to the AIADMK. And again, that question that Suman Raman asked, have they also accounted for alliances?
Akshita, one thing we need to see very carefully. For almost 2 months or so, Vijay is actually using MGR. Vijay is talking about MGR. In a way, Vijay is actually using everything about MGR, his legacy. But so far, AIADMK has not majorly objected it. So there seems to be an undercurrent in that particular issue. And here, what's happening is that he is only trying to actually tell his cadres that they are becoming number 2, and then soon they will become number 1. This itself, they call it as a very big advancement, because his party is not even 2 years old. Years old, and there are so many issues within. They don't have proper district secretaries, they don't have proper booth committees and such. Before that itself, they are getting this much amount of number. And clearly on the ground, when it comes to the youth, he seems to be having a large following. Even imagine, recently even DMK conducted its own youth wing meet, and those kind of like repercussions are still happening.
Outreach,
so that seems to be the strength Vijay is concentrating on. It very clearly sees that way.
Okay, final response from Dr. Suman Raman. Right now, if you look at the situation in Tamil Nadu, I would concede that most people you speak to talk of TVK being definitely a factor, Vijay definitely being a factor, and vote share being at about 15%. So you look at it in the next few months, if their campaign strategy goes the right way, if Vijay continues these mega rallies, speaks of the right issues, this is a probability that maybe the vote share can reach even a 30%. But the seats really is the big question mark. And how can TVK actually ensure to you, Dr. Suman Raman, that conversion of vote share into seat share? That's the big question mark right now.
I think one of the things that they will focus on is concentrate on a few key areas. So I think that you had also put up a caption where it showed them particularly strong in areas like Chengalpet or Chennai and so on. This is bad news for the DMK, because if you look at the areas, I don't know if the caption can come up again, where you had mentioned the areas where the party is particularly strong. The Madurai, Pudukkottai, Ranipet, Chennai, for instance, is a DMK stronghold. And, some of these areas, for instance, Tiruvallur is again a stronghold of the DMK combined.
Yeah.
Kadalur is again a DMK area. So Tirupattur. So the Tiruvarur is in the heart of the Kaveri Delta base, which is a DMK stronghold. So if they've identified these areas as where they are getting sizable votes, then it's going to be a real problem for the DMK to counter that. But one important thing, if they spread themselves too thin, look, Akshita, it's not just about booth workers, it's about money. You need elections, need a lot of money. Nobody today has
Agreed.
more money than the BJP and the DMK. Nobody in India. They're probably the two richest parties in the country. So it's not so simple to say that, you know, we did a survey of 40,000 people and we got 31% vote. Converting 31%, I'm not saying 31%, I'm saying converting even 3.7% vote will be a huge challenge. Getting the people out to the booths, ensuring that the booth agents are available to motivate the cadre, a whole lot of things remain to be done. And I think Vijay is being a little optimistic. Yes, he does have momentum. He has made an impact. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But my gut feel is probably closer to 20% or thereabouts.
All right, let's see how it plays out. This is an extremely confident TVK, or maybe an attempt to boost the morale of their cadre, saying that we will get a 30% plus vote share and over 70 seats. Very, very ambitious target that they're setting for themselves. Dr. Suman C. Raman, thank you very much for joining us. Pramod, as always, thanks. Kerala, again a state that's going into elections in April. Horrifying incident that came to light that we reported here on India Today in the last 24 hours of a migrant labourer from Chhattisgarh being lynched in Kerala's Palakkad because locals, the people who killed him, mistook him to be a Bangladeshi. But it's triggered a fierce political blame game. Why? Because the Pinarayi Vijayan government is claiming that the RSS, the right wing, is responsible for this lynching.
A migrant labourer from Chhattisgarh brutally beaten to death in Kerala's Palakkad. In chilling visuals, a mob questioned his identity and moments later, the labourer, identified as Ram Narayan, was lynched. As the disturbing visuals spread, outrage followed and so did politics. The left government alleges ideological hatred behind the crime, claiming RSS-linked individuals were involved. The CPIM claims that out of the 5 arrested people, 4 are Sangh activists.
സംഘപരിവാർ രാജ്യമാകെ പടർത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന വർഗീയ വംശീയ വിഷത്തിൻ്റെ ഇരയാണ് രാം നാരായൺ ഭയ്യാൽ. പക്ഷേ നിർഭാഗ്യകരമെന്ന് പറയട്ടെ, ആൾക്കൂട്ടക്കൊല എന്ന് മാത്രമാണ് മാധ്യമങ്ങൾ ഉൾപ്പെടെ ഇപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്.
The BJP hit back, accusing the CPIM of shifting blame, saying law and order lies squarely with the state government.
This incident has a CPM party worker, many CPM workers as involved in that. The FIR will bring the details of that. The video details will bring out the facts about that, as well as the former Gram Panchayat member who belongs to the Congress. She was also involved in this incident.
The BJP has also demanded strict action against the lynch mob.
ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത് ഒരു ആൾക്കൂട്ട ആക്രമണമാണ്. ഏതെങ്കിലും രാഷ്ട്രീയ പാർട്ടിയുടെ ആക്രമണമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ അതിനെ കാണുന്നില്ല. BJP പ്രവർത്തകന്മാരുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിയമപരമായിട്ട് അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ജയിലിലടക്കണം. പിന്നെ BJP പ്രവർത്തകർക്ക് അധികാരം കൊടുത്തിട്ടോ? BJP ഉണ്ട്, CPM ഉണ്ട്, കോൺഗ്രസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഒരാൾക്കൂട്ടത്തിന്റെ മനഃശാസ്ത്രവും രാഷ്ട്രീയമാണ്. കേരളത്തെ പോലെയുള്ള സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന് നമുക്ക് യോജിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തതാണ്. അങ്ങേയറ്റം മനുഷ്യത്വരഹിതമാണ്. അതിൽ ഉൾപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകൾ ക്രിമിനലുകളാണ്. ആ ക്രിമിനലുകളുടെ രാഷ്ട്രീയം നോക്കിയിട്ട് അത് ഇന്ന പാർട്ടിയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ. ആൾക്കൂട്ടത്തിന്റെ രാഷ്ട്രീയം ഈ മധു കൊല്ലപ്പെട്ടപ്പോ, ഒരു അട്ടപ്പാടിയിലെ മധു കൊല്ലപ്പെട്ടപ്പോ
The Congress also joined the attack, accusing the Pinarayi Vijayan government of failing to rein in hate politics and warning that mob rule is taking root in Kerala. Meanwhile, after talks with authorities on Monday, Ram Narayan's family received his mortal remains, with most of their demands accepted. A migrant worker came to Kerala to earn a living and never returned home. As politics escalates, justice for the victim remains the real test. With Shibimol KG in Thiruvananthapuram, Bureau Report, India Today.
And finally, we're seeing a crackdown against the accused involved in the Kerala lynching. Remember, 5 people have been taken into custody, but the Kerala police has now made it clear that the stringent SC/ST law will be slapped against the accused. This is one of the demands that was put forth by the lynched victim's family, seeking justice. They refused to accept the mortal remains for hours, saying, go ahead and slap the SC/ST law. The Kerala top cop, the DGP, is now confirmed that yes, the SC/ST law has been used against the accused, and has also confirmed that all of the others involved in this crime. Because mind you, while 5 people have been arrested, what's very clear is that in this mob lynching, many more were involved. The Kerala DGP has confirmed that they've all been traced, will be arrested very soon.
We have identified the accused persons. We are taking action there. We have arrested a person there, and others are also others who have been identified will be arrested soon. The SIT is investigating the case very efficiently and under the direct supervision of the Honorable High Court of Kerala.
Okay, I'll bring in Shibimol for more details on the story. Shibi, finally we're seeing the much-needed crackdown by the authorities against the accused. Take us through the latest updates in the investigation and also the politics that's playing out, Shibi. I think one of the questions that's constantly being asked is, of the accused who've been arrested so far, do any of them have links to the BJP or the RSS?
Akshita, the mortal remains of Ram Narayan was received by the family members today early morning, and that was also because most of their demands were met by the government. The government held meeting with the family, and all those demands have been accepted, is what we're understanding, and that's why the SC/ST Act is now being charged, is what the Kerala DGP has confirmed, and all of them will be charged under these very stringent sections. And based on the investigation in the coming days, more sections will also be initiated, as invoked, is what the DGP has confirmed. And also in terms of the investigation, 5 arrests is only 5 arrests have been recorded. That was the first arrest record right after the right after he passed away. And what the DGP is saying is that there are many people who have been identified, and based on the investigation, more arrests will be recorded. Now tomorrow there's a cabinet meeting, and in that cabinet meeting, the compensation amount is also likely to be discussed by the cabinet, and a decision will also be taken on that, is what we're understanding. In terms of politics, it's a war of words that's been exchanged between the CPIM and the BJP, with the CPIM alleging that these workers, the accused in the case, belong to RSS and the BJP. The popular RSS workers locally, is what the CPIM has alleged. The BJP has dismissed it, saying that it's a mob attack and it should be treated in that way. What the BJP is saying is that it's it should not be treated as a political attack. If there are BJP workers involved, if there are RSS workers involved, then they should be punished. We are not going to safeguard anybody, because if somebody can commit this, they are purely criminals, is what the BJP, a strong worded statement coming in from the BJP. They're saying that if there are BJP workers involved, then we're not going to protect. They are criminals and that they should be punished. The police, however, has not said anything regarding the political background, saying that it's a mob attack and it will be treated like that, is what the DGP as well as the investigative team has said. All right, Shibi, thanks for rounding up those updates for us. Let's get you the other big stories coming in from the southern states. Drama played out today outside the TVK office in the outskirts of Chennai, as discontent TVK cadre from Thoothukudi attempted to stop TVK chief Vijay's car. A party functionary, a woman and her supporters attempted to stop the car over an internal tussle, leading to chaos outside the party office. BJP's Tamilisai Soundararajan has said Vijay joining the NDA would only be an add-on. The former Telangana governor, current BJP leader in Tamil Nadu, also said that if Vijay's main aim is to root out DMK, he should form an alliance to avoid a divide in votes. In Kerala, after the massive victory in the local body polls, the Congress-led UDF has kick-started preps for the assembly polls. The UDF has decided to hold a statewide yatra from Kasaragod to Thiruvananthapuram. The BJP has written a memorandum to the Bengaluru District Commissioner against the Karnataka Hate Speech and Hate Crimes Prevention Bill. The memorandum urges that the bill should not be enacted, saying it's a violation of freedom of speech and expression. Telugu actor Shivaji is facing flack over his comment asking women to dress modestly. In his sexist remark, the actor said that heroines shouldn't wear revealing outfits and instead wear saris or dresses that cover the body.
Let's get you a ground report from Telangana's Nalgonda district, where parents are now forced to switch from government schools to private schools for their children. Government schools, therefore, are left empty, some of them shut for years. And again, it reflects what in several parts of the India is constantly talked about, a lack of trust in public education simply because there's no money, investment, no attempt to pool in resources in these government schools.
Silent classrooms, locked doors, dust on benches. In Telangana's Nalgonda Mandal, government schools exist, but students don't. 5 out of 99 government schools in this mandal have recorded zero enrollment.
Textbooks, uniforms, and other incentives. So many incentives are provided from government, sir. Zero enrollment school reasons, sir. Some people migrated and some habitations having only old people is there in Nalgonda. And other, some people are feel social status and they have sent to their children to private schools, sir.
The government school in the Bomapalli village has remained closed for the past 2 years due to zero student enrollment, despite the presence of teaching staff.
ఇప్పుడైతే లేదు మా పిల్లలు అయితే చదివారు
ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు లేదమ్మా అప్పుడు చదివారు ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు లేదు
ఎవరు ఇప్పటి వాళ్ళు ఎవరు దోల్తలేరు అందరు ప్రైవేట్ దోలుతారు చిన్న చిన్న వాళ్ళనే ఉన్నారు వచ్చిపోయేది సంవత్సరం వచ్చిపోయింది సార్ ఊకనే వచ్చి కూర్చున్నా జీతం ఇచ్చిరో మరెటనో కానీ వచ్చి చూసి పోయిండు ఆ సారు ఉంటారు బాగానే ఇప్పుడు 2 వ్యాన్లకు పోతారు సార్ 3 వ్యాన్లకు పోతారు పిల్లలు.
Another parent explained that work schedules play a major role in the decision. With 3 private school buses operating in the village, access is no longer seen as a barrier.
పనికి వెళ్తారు వస్తారు 5ంటికి వస్తారు పిల్లలు వచ్చినందుకు తమాషగా ఇంటికి వస్తారని ఇక్కడ పంపిస్తాం అన్నట్టు.
గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ కి నుంచి ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు?
గవర్నమెంట్ 4:30కే వస్తారు.
అర్ధగంట సేపు కదమ్మా.
అర్ధగంట సేపు అయినా స్కూల్ మీద జాయిన్ వస్తుంది కదా వచ్చి నిమ్మలంగా ఇంటికాడ ఉంటారు కదా.
Convenience over cost, perception over promise.
You have a government school in your village?
Yes.
Why don't you go to government school?
I thought my educational problem. My parents thought the education is not perfect in
government school.
Yes.
In government school, the studies are not perfect and teachers also not teaching well.
Education officials insist facilities have improved and many schools are doing well. But Bomapalli exposes a painful contradiction. Teachers without students, schools without children, and public education losing trust. This is the troubling reality unfolding in parts of Telangana's Nalgonda.
From closed government classroom doors to falling enrollment numbers, this is not just the statistics on paper, but is a harsh reality on ground. What are the factors that are affecting? Is it migration? Is it quality of education? Or is it that infrastructure is impacting students' minds? Now the government has to take this corrective measures to control this particular falling of education or public education numbers in Telangana state. With camera person Junaid, Abdul Bashir, Nalgonda.
The Vijay Hazare match, which was to feature Virat Kohli in Bengaluru, has been called off at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. This is in the aftermath of the stampede that had taken place earlier this year, remember, outside that very stadium, after which a compliance report sought for certain crowd control measures to be put in place that wasn't completed, which is why no permission has been granted for this match to take place at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. The crowd control measures are yet to be fulfilled. The match now will be shifted out, will be held at the BCCI Centre of Excellence. Now, the Karnataka Chief Minister has also spoken out on this, the fact that the Chinnaswamy Stadium and crowds will miss out on being a part of this match and witnessing Kohli in action. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has confirmed that a committee will look into this particular issue and look into what needs to be done to ensure that Chinnaswamy Stadium is ready for massive crowds after what had happened post the RCB stampede.
There is a committee is constituted. There is a committee constituted by the Home Minister. Puna avara ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಮಿಟಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಅವರು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ರೆಕಮೆಂಡೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ.
We bring in Nagarjun Dwarkanath, who is joining us from Bengaluru with more details. So on this, Nagarjun, what led to the match being called off from the Chinnaswamy Stadium? You know, is the onus here on the government? Who's to be held accountable for the delay in ensuring the compliance of all norms for crowd control?
Well, it seems like the communication had broken down. Firstly, the Chinnaswamy Stadium of the Karnataka Cricket Association has got a new office bearer team. Now, Venkatesh Prasad has become the president, who recently won. In the last 10 days, he's met the BCCI and the Karnataka government also to get permission to have Vijay Hazare Trophy and as well as in March the IPL. So the government also constituted a committee to see if the stadium has complied with all the recommendations given by Justice Puna committee after the RCB stampede issue. The committee felt that the stadium is still not ready to host matches because the recommendation has not been complied with, and hence the committee has recommended to the government not to give permission to any such matches as of now in Chinnaswamy Stadium. That's when the CM spoke to the media saying that the moment when the recommendations are done or put in place, that is the time when we will have matches in Chinnaswamy, and the Home Ministry is looking into the issue in detail, is what the CM said.
Thanks, Naga, for those details. Let's cut across to more breaking news coming in. And the Kerala draft voter list is out after the SIR exercise. Over 24 lakh voters have been removed from the Kerala voter rolls. Remember, this is the draft voter roll that's out after the SIR has been released by the Election Commission. The objection window is still very much open, so voters can go ahead and appeal till January 22nd. But in all, what we can confirm for you is that 24 lakh voters have been removed from the voter rolls in Kerala. Now, they've been removed because some of the names are of those who are deceased. In some cases, it's of people who've shifted out of their constituency. So many of those people can also appeal based on what details additionally they can give, proof of address, etc. to the Election Commission. Shibi Mol is joining us with more details on this. Shibi, run us through the data. What did the voter roll, the numbers look like before SIR and now? Shibi, can you hear me?
Well, Akshita, the draft list has been published by the Election Commission. Around 24 lakh voters have been excluded from the draft SIR, and it's open from today onwards till Jan 22nd for the objections and claims to be filed. This was the Election Commission saying. Out of these 24 lakhs, around 1 lakh people are absent. Absent means they've been untraceable. Around more than 2 lakh people are missing, have shifted, is what the Election Commission has said. And around 8 lakh people have died. This is the data that the Election Commission has now published officially. In fact, around 1,000 officials will be deployed for claims and objections for the next 1 month period. That is till 22nd. If any eligible voter is missing from the list, they can apply through Form 6, and overseas voters can apply through Form 6A. So this is the method for anybody whose name is eligible voter, whose name is not there in the list, to apply in the next 1 month. This was the Election Commission. Around 24 lakh voters have been excluded. Kerala government has requested to extend this process one more time, but the Election Commission has made it clear that twice it was extended in Kerala, so no more extensions will be given to Kerala. But as of now, 24 lakh voters, more than 24 lakh voters have been excluded from the list. If anybody is eligible, they can apply in the next 1 month, is what the Election Commission said.
All right. Thanks very much, Shibi, for joining us with those details. Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi has reiterated his vote chori attack, but this time on foreign soil. Rahul Gandhi, while speaking at an event in Germany's Berlin, alleged that polls in India are not fair. This has triggered a fierce attack by the BJP, particularly questioning why Rahul Gandhi has chosen to speak out abroad. on foreign soil. Rahul Gandhi said essentially that Congress had won elections in Telangana, Himachal Pradesh and Haryana, and that the Maharashtra elections were unfair, and that overall elections in India remain unfair. The BJP, now led by JP Nadda, accused Rahul of going on a foreign tour first during a key parliament session, questioning therefore his priorities, and then also said that from leader of opposition he must be called leader of propaganda. Here are those reactions. First, listen to what Rahul Gandhi said.
We've won election in Telangana, we've won election in Himachal Pradesh. We've been raising issues as far as the fairness of elections in India is concerned. I've done press conferences where we have clearly shown, without shadow of a doubt, that we won the Haryana election. That we actually don't feel that the Maharashtra election was fair. There is a full-scale assault taking place on the institutional framework of our country. We asked direct questions to the Election Commission. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that press conference. Brazilian woman is voting in Haryana. I mean, is on the voting list 22 times in Haryana. One woman is voting 200 times in one polling booth. And when we're asking these questions to the Election Commission, we're not getting a response. So that's one aspect of it, that we fundamentally believe that there is a problem with the electoral machinery in India. We cannot, there is a number of people in India who support Mr. Modi, and we cannot get away from that fact. But we do not, a lot of us do not agree with his ideology. We do not agree with the vision of India that he has. We think that the vision will fail. We think that the vision has tremendous problems, will create massive tension in India, will make Indian people fight with each other. So we will fight it, right? And it's a clash between two visions of India.
जब पार्लियामेंट चलता है तो राहुल गांधी जर्मनी में होते हैं और भारत के खिलाफ वहां वक्तव्य दे रहे होते हैं। और कब दे रहे होते हैं? जब प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी को 29 से ज्यादा सर्वोच्च सम्मान से सम्मानित किया जा रहा हो, तब जाकर के वो भारत को गाली देने का काम करते हैं, भारत के खिलाफ बोलते हैं। बोलो, ऐसी विपक्ष टिकेगी क्या? ऐसे विपक्ष को रहना चाहिए क्या? ये विपक्ष भ्रष्टाचार, कमीशनबाजी, तुष्टीकरण, नक्सलवाद से दोस्ती, झूठ बोलो, वोट लो और भूल जाओ, ये कांग्रेस का तरीका है।
Whenever Rahul Gandhi goes abroad, he indulges in Bharat Badnaam Yatra. Every time he tries to undermine our cherished democracy, he maligns Baba Saheb Ambedkarji's constitution, and Rahul Gandhi tries to tarnish the image of India abroad. But Rahul Gandhi will not succeed. In the past 11 years, India has become a strong and self-reliant nation. India has become one of the front-ranking nations in the global world order. Why are all anti-India India haters seem to be allies with Rahul Gandhi? The Congress party has always dodged and ducked their association with George Soros. The people want an answer from the Congress party.
Now, for a decade now, Rahul Gandhi has been pitched as the prime ministerial face by his party. Whenever a discussion on who can sit on the throne comes, Congress always points their fingers in one direction, towards Rahul Gandhi. But now it seems the tide is shifting, or at least you're seeing now some voices pitching for Priyanka Gandhi. Congress MP Imran Masood has thrown Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's hat in the ring. When asked a question regarding Priyanka's comments on atrocities against minorities in Bangladesh, Imran Masood responded by saying, "Make her the Prime Minister." Now, this particular comment has sparked off a storm within the Congress. It's been endorsed, unsurprisingly, by Robert Vadra, Priyanka's husband. Listen in to those reactions.
प्रियंका जी ने सबसे पहले लास्ट टाइम जब बांग्लादेश के अंदर हो रहा था, सबसे ज़्यादा बोलने का काम किया, और प्रियंका गांधी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाइए ना, फिर देखिए कैसे जवाब देती है इंदिरा गांधी की तरह। जैसे पाकिस्तान के 2 टुकड़े करके हाथ में देकर आई थी ना इंदिरा गांधी, ऐसी प्रियंका गांधी ऐसा इलाज करके आएगी कि ये भारत विरोधी अड्डा नहीं बन पाएगा। प्रियंका गांधी जिस तरह का इलाज करेगी। प्रियंका जी प्रधानमंत्री होती तो प्रियंका जी इंदिरा गांधी की पोती हैं, वो जवाब देती इंदिरा जी की शैली के अंदर। वो जवाब ऐसा देती कि सदियों टीस रहती, जैसे पाकिस्तान ने जरूरत दिखाई थी और 1971 में इंदिरा जी ने जवाब दिया था, प्रियंका जी उसी शैली के अंदर जवाब देती। प्रियंका गांधी हमारा चेहरा है, प्रियंका गांधी हमारी नेता हैं। प्रियंका गांधी को देश सुनता है, दुनिया देखती है। प्रियंका गांधी के अंदर दूसरी इंदिरा गांधी दिखाई देती हैं, लोगों को इंदिरा जी की याद आती है। लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है, राहुल जी हमारे नेता हैं, राहुल गांधी जी को तय करना है कि क्या होना है क्या नहीं होना है, और जो वो बेहतर होगा वही तय करेंगे। ये उनके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, ये हमारे ऊपर नहीं करता।
वो सबकी मांग होती है, मांग तो सब जगह से है कि प्रियंका आए, और मांग तो ये भी है कि मैं राजनीति में आऊं, पर लोगों अभी जो असल मुद्दे हैं उस पर ध्यान देना चाहिए हमें।
That's all we have time for in this edition of Super 6. Thanks very much for tuning in.